Talk with Reagan. I'm Fawn Reagan. I wish I had shut the music off earlier. I was so busy talking to Jim off air, I forgot to get him on air. Hi, Jim.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Chief Jim, should I call you Jim or James?
Jim.
Okay,
fine.
Yeah, well, you're a little late now. I already called you Jim 8 times. Jim McMillen is here, Sikeston DPS. Man, you sent me a list of stuff you have going on. I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. It's probably why I've felt so tired lately, but we seem to be making a lot of progress, so we're really happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, progress is good.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, certain people say it, then it means the opposite of good.
Well,
So,
it keeps you busy for sure, and sometimes you get worn down by that and you feel tired, and then you kind of step back and make that list, and you think, man, we're actually heading the right direction.
We're kicking behinds and taking names. All right, so one of the biggest things that I know you've got to be excited about, since your DPS, Departments of Public Safety, is police and fire, you're getting a new truck.
Yeah, we're getting a new truck. We got it in, and we're in the process. It's a rescue pumper, so it's going to replace our main fire engine that we have. And
do you then sell that other one?
It's going to be a reserve truck.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We're going to push it off to Station 3, and it'll be our reserve truck. And we have a reserve truck there, and we're going to partner with the SCTC at Sikeston Public Schools, and because they got a fire science program they're starting in August. So,
well, that'll help you get more people.
Yeah, we get to keep that truck as a reserve truck too, so it counts on our ISO ratings and all that stuff. So
I've always
it's
been
a win-win.
confused, since you guys are cop and fire. What if I don't want to be fire and I just want to be cop?
Yeah, we have that conversation daily. But what we tell them is, like, you got to do both, and if you want to be in one division, we'll try to get you in that division, but we got to train you for both.
Right.
And it generally works out.
Yeah, and you do sort of get to do the one you want to do, but sometimes you
it's what I tell people. It's like, why wouldn't I put you in the place that you're going to be happiest? As long as you're doing a good job there and you're happy, I'm happy, I'm going to put you there.
Well, and I know quite a few of your people, so I mean, you've got some really good people working there. So I'm excited for you and what you have going on there. You have signing bonuses for people,
right? Yeah,
that's got to be a big draw.
Yeah, we were doing that, especially if you have experience and stuff like that. We definitely take that in consideration. It's hard to get laterals. We need that because we spend a lot of time training people. We got 11 people right now that we're training in Missouri Sheriff Association Police Academy that we're doing at our department. And that's a lot of people. That's how far behind we were on that training deficit, and so we're trying to catch up.
Yeah, and it's probably going to get worse, I'm just going to say.
Yeah, and that's why we're trying to partner with Sikeston Career and Technology, is because they got that fire science program. And if we can, I'm trying to work with City Hall to see if we can get, people hired as firefighters at 18. If they come out of that program, we hire them right out of high school, and then as they become 21, then we send them to the police academy.
Yeah, perfect.
We're trying to get that set up.
They're strong as bulls at 18.
Yeah, and then we acclimate them to our department. We need that pipeline. We just need it. So
well,
especially hometown kids. Man, it's just
they're not leaving.
We'll take them from anywhere, but they generally don't leave.
Yeah, and those are common sense ways of fixing our shortage problems. Yeah. But getting a bureaucrat to listen to common sense is like pulling your own toenails out of your feet.
Sometimes. But we've been really lucky, the last few years, and we have a lot of support from council and city manager, and we're making a lot of progress. And as you can see from that list, it's been busy.
It's been great. So I was very excited to see your crime stats.
Oh, man. Captain Broom showed me that, and I'm going to tell you, I didn't really realize that they had dropped that much. Because,
it's a lot.
When you're in
32.79%.
Yeah, like a third of violent crime dropped in 2024. Yeah, it's crazy, But we're doing a lot of things we had a gang roundup. I think that helped tremendously. We got the Shot Spotter program. We were doing that NIBIN Ballistic Information Network that we got, partnering with the ATF. My gosh, the pole cameras,
high crime neighborhoods have the shot spotters, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
ShotSpotter come in and they did an analysis of the shooting data that we had, and then they said, "Hey, here's where we think you need to have this," and it's like 2 square miles or something like that, which covers a large area of the city. I mean, that's you think about 2 square miles, that's quite a bit.
Right. And Sikeston's not a metropolis.
Right, that's right.
But
yeah.
you still had a very high rate of crime, so to have it drop almost 33% is shocking.
I'm telling you, when I saw that, I asked Captain Broom.
Jaw
I said, "Is that right?"
Yeah.
And he says, "That's what the Highway Patrol said." And I'm like, "Well, they can't call them wrong. They're right."
Yeah. Highway Patrol.
I'm not going to argue with it. You know, it's like it dropped a third.
They have funny hats. They
That's
have
right.
to be right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So love
those guys too.
What do you attribute? I call it sombreros. They hate that when I do that. They know I love them, but your hats are so weird. All right. So what do you attribute that to?
You know, I think a lot of it's the technology. I think, in 22, 23, we were having lots of problems with gang violence. And that gang violence, they were gang on gang violence, shooting each other. People are hesitant to prosecute them. They won't prosecute each other. And so this gun violence, proliferates. And, we went to the community and trying to work with them to help us help the community.
You gotta talk.
And we got some benefit from that, but largely we weren't getting the information we needed. So we did that gang roundup that we had in Not Your Valentine gang roundup, where we arrested 25 gang members and
from Sikeston or from other places who came there to start crap?
And some of these were good kids, so to speak, but they were just getting involved in it. And, there's a lot of parents that were upset about that, and they're saying, my kid's a good kid. And I said, I understand that, and I'm not arguing that point. But the worst of the worst was a good kid that just got involved in gang activity at one time.
Nip it in the butt. Parents got to understand that. When my kids or grandkids got in trouble, I never sided with my child, and they hated it. I was like, did the crime, go to jail. Here you go. I'm going to plead your case.
They're making bad decisions. I mean, truthfully, they're probably good kids making bad decisions.
Right.
Probably what was happening.
Trying to fit in, trying to not
There's
be
a lot of pressure
on the outside. Yeah,
there's a lot of pressure for that.
We were both there at one point too. It just wasn't gangs.
Yeah, that's
right.
It
was smoking weed and driving fast or with your lights off or something stupid. Boy, did I just say a mouthful. All right. So you're now a Blue Shield community.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. We did that. That's
how do you get
thing.
that?
Well, I think a lot of communities like us, we're doing a lot of. Governor Kehoe started that program. I think started talking about it in the first week or two of January and put that out. And we're doing a lot of things of prevention, fighting violent crime, and working with the community and reaching out and all this. The investment that the city makes for violent crime and helping, public safety fight those issues, we were already doing. I think we had to develop like a recruitment retention plan on paper, which we already had, but we had to actually write it down on paper and submit that to the governor's office, and they check that out and evaluate it, and then they, about a month later or so, they say, hey, we're going to recognize you as a Blue Shield community. And what that does, my understanding, we're going to, in a month or so, we'll have the ability to access a $10 million grant pool through the state. Now, there's multiple Blue Shield communities across the state.
Cape and Perryville, I mean, but you have to hit the mark to get Blue Shield, so it's credible.
Yeah, and what we want to do is try to not just for Sikeston, but for the region, because it's one of the bigger cities down south. I mean, of course, and that network of working with other law enforcement, even Cape and stuff like that. Like we had that NIBIN terminal, which is that National Integrated Ballistics Information Network. That it's fingerprint shell casings, basically. And it's we did that for the region for 2 or 3 years. I think that we want to continue that, but we don't have an instrument.
You kind of need that.
That's one of the things we're going to look at.
Yeah.
And it'd be good for the whole region,
So. Yeah. Well, congrats on that. That's amazing. So the 911 consolidation.
Oh yeah.
So that Sometimes that sounds like a bad thing because it seems like you're putting more work on fewer people, but you're adding people.
Yeah, it's hard, because our county had 3 911 centers. And, so we basically trying to consolidate that to save money for our taxpayers. And we have done that, and it's moving right along. We renovated our 911 center and hired about 6-7 people, or plan to. We've hired most of them. And that's come along really good.
That's good. I know some of them, and they are salt of the earth, good girls.
Yeah, they do a good job for us, for sure.
They're amazing. So are you still short officers, or are you still needing?
We're still short a few. We're going to be testing, I want to say the 28th, I think, is the day we're going to be testing. We'll be putting that out on social media soon. So if you're looking for a job, apply to, we'll send you to the academy. So.
And when you say the academy, you'll send them to the academy and you'll pay for it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's about $7,200, I think, now.
Okay.
We pay for that. I think there's like a 3-year contract, but absolutely we'll pay for that. We need people.
That's great. I mean, did everybody just hear that? They will train you. If you have wanted to be a cop and you have thought about it for a long time and you're like, it's cost prohibitive. I don't have the money. How am I supposed to do it? This could be your line of work. This could be it. I know people who probably don't even know they want to be cops, but they're always talking about how cops should do this, cops should do that. Go be one.
Yeah. I think everybody should for at least 2 years.
I think so, too. And you should have to be a waitress for at least 2 years. My God. Those people have to go through. It's almost as bad as being a cop. All right. So all of these great things are happening. I've got about a minute left. Anybody you want to give kudos to for helping make all this great stuff happen besides yourself, because you're a great leader, and don't you say you're not. Okay.
I'll tell you, Captain Broom has done a great job, and, he does a lot of our grant work. Yeah, he does. I mean, the grants that he applies for. Of course, Ryan Smith with the consolidation, Captain Ryan Smith. Captain Zach Haskin come in since Sheriff Wheatley left us. Still mad at him about that. But
everybody's mad at Derek and his scuba diving pictures.
Which has its benefits because we get along great,
Derek.
and he's there at the county, so that works out. And Captain Zach Haskin took his place. He's doing a phenomenal job, but you just got a great team, which allows me to come up here and talk to you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. I don't have to worry about it, and City Hall, I mean, they've got our back on that, and a lot of this stuff would not be happening without their help and assistance and support. So, I appreciate them too.
Great team, great leader, great team, great stuff going on at Sikeston DPS. Want to be a cop? They'll send you to school. They are a Blue Shield city, and they went to the Shield of Armor conferences. They learned a bunch of stuff about when the darkness comes, what do you do? The CIT training is going. You have got everything kind of going in the right direction. So congratulations to you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having me, too.
You're welcome.